YouTube. We got another video here by Jubilee. It's a little long, but I'm probably gonna cut it into two parts again, like before. Is being fat a choice? And as y'all can see, I'm not fat. You feel me? So we go jump right into it. We go see what they're talking about. We go see what type of topics they bring up. Let's go.
Do you think just being in a fat body and being in the public space encourages obesity?
Yes.
Shame is what led me to an eating disorder.
Whose
When
fault is that,
what
though?
we're looking for is
Whose fault is that?
stability.
That's your fault.
It's
See, the
an
problem is
amount
that
of
you're
he's
the
applying
victim.
pressure.
Would you agree, like looking at his physique, like he's at a perfectly, I would say, maybe healthy?
No.
I think
He's definitely overweight, definitely obese.
I mean, he's a little husky, but overweight, I don't know.
My name's John. I host the Radical Empathy podcast. I used to direct episodes of Middle Ground, but I'll now be moderating today's discussion between jacked men and fat men. Our first prompt is,
I wouldn't even call him jacked, but I mean, hey. Like, just because you're able to flex your muscles, like jacked, I don't know. But
I have
hey,
felt disgusted looking at a fat body.
You felt
Can our agreeers please step forward?
Wait.
Looking at a fat body.
I have felt disgusted looking at a fat body. Oh my gosh.
Can our agreeers please step forward? Whoever feels compelled to start us off.
Well, it's unacceptable to be fat.
Okay. Let me not pause too much.
Okay.
Unacceptable.
That's a great start. I mean, I know why you say that, but it's one of those things where, do you know why you're saying that?
Yes, because I've been fat before and I lost the weight.
Well, me too.
Okay,
I've
so
been
even-
fat my whole life. I've been way skinnier than I am now, and I've been way heavier than I am now. Was I less valuable at one point in there?
Well, I mean, you can make an argument that you're less valuable when you're fatter because you drain resources, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, I mean, in general, being fat is unacceptable because you control every single morsel of food that goes into your mouth.
Right.
It shows a lack of discipline, it shows a lack of character, it shows a lack of temperance, and when you're fat, it's an outward manifestation of your anatomy.
I'll tell y'all this. I don't think, I think being fat is a choice, you know? It's kind of hard to explain. In terms of being fat and how you got there, the food choices and what you decide to eat is up to you and stuff. So I'm going to say being fat is a choice, but we're just going to we're going to hear everybody's opinions.
Inadequacies.
When I see somebody who's 500 or 600 pounds, all I can think of is, why do they care so little about their health that they can do this, allow themselves to gain that much weight, knowing it's taken 20, 30, 40 years off their life? I just can't imagine not wanting to live that badly.
I understand that. No, I've definitely felt disgusted looking at my own.
It would have made sense if they had somebody 500 or 600 pounds on here, but I don't know.
Own body and looking at other fat bodies in my life. A lot of the disgust I felt looking at people was me feeling disgusted with myself and then projecting that feeling onto other people.
I don't know if I've had a
I don't
disgusted
think anyone
feeling.
on either side will
Like looking at
disagree
somebody,
that health is important.
because I'm not
I
a
know that my
judging
own
type. I don't know.
mental health
I wouldn't say
was
disgusted
way worse
because
when I was spending
I don't like
every
being judgmental on
fixate
people
of
'cause I
my
don't like
life
people
trying to
judging me
get
based
smaller
off of
and
just
trying to
looks
be
alone,
thinner.
so-
I don't think there's anyone that can look at somebody 500, 600, 700 pounds and not think, wow, what have they done? And not be disgusted. Like, how can you not? I just can't understand
You can't
nobody
assume that
thinking
everyone
that.
has the same opinion though, because
Yeah, because see, I'm just not a judging type. So even if you are that weight, like, I'm not gonna, not even in my head am I gonna say, ew, that's gross. I'm just gonna be like, maybe he's got to work on himself, got to go through a weight journey, something, you know, to get his life together, but not ew, gross, you know. I don't know.
unfortunately, some people have emotional stuff that happened, traumatic stuff that's happened, so you can't discount and just say, oh,
Boo-hoo,
because they're
man.
fat.
Boo-hoo, man. Like, there's way worse stuff going out in the world versus
Absolutely.
people saying, oh my God, I'm sad, I'm gonna eat some ice cream. It's like, no, dude.
Okay, but you can't, like, look, he said he's been fat before, right? he said he's been fat before. This is why he talks like this, because he's been fat and he's overcome it. So you should be able to do the same thing. Boo-hoo, yeah. But y'all can't underestimate mental health, though. Mental health will have you doing stuff. Not like it's an excuse or like, you know, a crutch to you being fat now. Like, you got to overcome that stuff. But still, I think he's underestimated that mental health stuff, though, just
Dude,
because.
it's like, you're fat, you made that decision, you live in the best country ever. If you live in a civilized first world country where you have electricity, internet power, etc., you deserve to be bullied. It's ridiculous to
Okay,
me.
you control the choices in terms of whether you're fat or not, but you don't choose to be fat. You know what? That is my answer. You make the choices in terms of food, and if that leads to you being fat, you made those choices, you know? But you don't choose to be fat, though. Like,
That we have all these
No
fat
one's
people
just
running around.
choosing to
Meanwhile,
be
people are
fat
being
out
bombed
here.
in Gaza.
But the
It's
choices you
ridiculous.
made
We
led
are
to
so
being
privileged
fat.
here in the United States and in the West in general. When I see a fat person, I'm like, wow, you got the gift of life. You got the gift of being in a developed country, and you're a fat POS talking about body positivity on TikTok? What the hell is going
But now
on
you're
here?
segmenting though, because not everyone thinks like that. What do you
No,
call
we
it?
need to bring
Blanket.
shaming back.
Okay.
We need to bring shaming back. And
No, we don't. No, we don't. Look, people that are fat, look, if it was just, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I don't know. And I'm not a fat person. I've actually never been fat in my life. I don't know.
many other regards besides obesity. We need to do it with sluts. We need to shame fat people. We need to shame everybody when they fuck up. Because shame has been one of the strongest defenses against degeneracy and
For
human
most
corruption.
people,
You had a personal experience
Shame
you wanted
doesn't
to share.
help
You said you used
everybody,
to be
though.
overweight. No, you're not.
Oh yeah, so I did an experiment back in like 2015 where I like bulked for like almost 2 years, and I got up to like 250 pounds. And
huh? Okay.
And so, I'm supposed to wash Levi's clothes, but we don't have any laundry detergent.
Okay.
So, are you able to give me money for laundry detergent?
You don't got no money for laundry detergent?
I have money, but I'm spending it on other house stuff. That was why I went. I came down here, realized we don't have any laundry detergent for Levi's clothes. So,
And how much would you need for that?
like 14.
Huh? $14?
Yes.
Sure, Zoe.
I'll have mom pay you back, because,
Yeah, mom needs to pay me back quite a bit, but here. I sent you $14, Zoe.
And then I dieted down. It took me about 7 months. I systematically did it, control my calories, track
Yeah, but all you said was you bulked up. That's not being fat. See, oh my gosh, bulking up is not becoming fat. He does know that, right? That's just you gaining weight and then losing it. But isn't that what being fat is? I mean, but it wasn't like.
tracked my macros, tracked my protein, carbs, fats, and systematically lost 1 to 2 pounds per week.
So you chose to gain up to 250.
Yeah,
you were
so I've been
naturally
I've been in
skinny
all
before.
sports.
Yeah, that was a choice.
I was like, I'm naturally skinny.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna get fat as an experiment.
Yeah.
Did it.
But you didn't get fat. Oh my god.
And then I was like, all right, now I'm gonna lose the weight. And then all I did was just track my calories. I
Being bulk isn't being fat. Oh my
ate the same food
gosh.
every single day.
Yeah.
Went to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, and everything was controlled, and it got done. Was it monotonous? Of course. Was it
No,
boring?
yeah,
Of course.
I agree with you there. I am naturally this way. This is with working out 4 or 5 times
That's
a week.
not true.
This is 100% true, bro.
Nah, bro.
Bro, you can work out and just have to work harder than others. Like you said, you're naturally skinny, so therefore it is easier for you to burn calories. Like me, not fat once, haven't been fat once because I have a higher metabolism. His metabolism is probably a lot lower than yours is. That's why it's easier for you to lose it. So for him to lose as much weight as he wants to lose, he just has to work that much harder in the gym or lose that much more calories. Like,
No,
Come to the gym with me.
not,
This is me
it's not
working out.
natural at all, because at the end of the day, if you don't lose weight, by definition, you're not in a calorie deficit. If you're not in a calorie deficit, then you're gonna either maintain or gain weight, and that's the problem, is that people don't track their calories.
And that's true, but
Yes, but people also have different levels of metabolism. If you've been naturally skinny your whole life and just decide to experiment, it's because you've naturally had a higher metabolism. You know,
burn at their resting metabolic rate a different set of calories.
Doesn't matter.
Let's not get too granular right now. Ragini, it's going to be one of those episodes, right? Let's bring in the disagreeers and hear from them.
Right, let's bring in the disagreeers. Lo, it was about being
Because the reason I
disgusted.
disagreed, especially when I heard the statement, I don't think I'll ever look at somebody based on their situation and think that I'm disgusted. Like, if I see somebody that's a drug addict on the street that's homeless, I'm not disgusted by that. If I see somebody that's incredibly overweight, I'm not disgusted by that. Do I think that there's an
Right, because
opportunity
we're just judging based off of appearance.
for growth? Do I think they've been put in a disadvantageous position that's probably makes it harder for them? Absolutely. I think I'm kind of an empath, so when I see somebody, I know that there's things underlying, and one of my best friends is 400 plus pounds. I've helped him lose 150, 200 pounds. He's gained it back. And I don't look at him and say, I'm disgusted, but I know how bad he wants it. And just seeing how hard he tries and then reverts, it's almost more tough for me than to be like, oh, that's disgusting, you know? And I think there's plenty of people that look at me and say, that's disgusting. I never want to look like that. So like, I know what it feels like on the other side to like look the way I do and get people look at me like, ugh, that's gross to like have
Because
that.
some people just don't want to be like bodybuilder built. Like, they don't want to have that build. They want to be in shape, but not like be in bodybuilder shape, or have a bodybuilder build, if that makes sense.
Muscle, and to go back to that point, like, you came from a fit place, and like deciding to bulk, like that's a conscientious decision to gain weight. Like you already have those habit routines and skills in order to stay in shape, and then you use those same skills you had to pull back on the calories and knowledge you had.
The reason why I use that example is that you can get fat and lose the weight if you know what you're doing and you have the knowledge and everything.
Yeah, if you know what you're doing. Everybody don't know what they're doing, so you have to learn, you know, and process, and you feel me?
Else like that. It's just about consistency over time. So it's like, I look at it
Boom,
like,
let me cut you off, because here's one thing that you just said.
yeah.
You had the tools. So there's people that don't have the tools.
Okay. You don't need tools to lose weight. I'll say that. No. Let me take that back. You do need certain tools. But to burn off calories, you don't need tools to burn off calories. I'll say that much.
You've passed judgment on, and you have failed to realize that with the tools, people are very much capable of achieving amazing things. But
Okay, let's talk about said
no,
tools.
hold on, I'm not done.
Why you
Bro, you cut him off. You can't say you're not done. Huh?
cut me off
I'm
before,
not done.
remember?
And I stood over there and
Yo, he's a demon. He cut you off and then said, hold up, I'm not done. Look, you don't need tools to burn calories. I will say that much. You don't need tools to burn calories. Now, in terms of eating the right foods to stay healthy and all that stuff, you'll need certain tools, but you don't need tools to burn calories. If you don't even need weights to burn off calories, I mean, like,
I listened to you,
I'ma
and I was
say
like,
that
it's a ton of bullshit too.
Oh, sure.
But we're gonna address this, right?
Yeah.
You are passing judgment on people who lack the tools to do what it is that they need to do to get
don't need
themselves to a
tools to burn
certain
calories,
point
gang.
of health. There are multitudes of factors that weighs into what goes on with somebody's body. There are people that,
people
even
are
if they
different,
work
different
out,
metabolism
losing
levels.
the weight does not come as simple as just going to the gym, cutting calories, watching everything that you eat. There are some people
I
that
mean,
have
look, it does, but it doesn't. But you know your body best, though. That's the thing.
a
Like,
disposition.
you know what you
I have a
need.
disposition. But does that mean that I'm not active? Does that mean that I'm not doing certain things? No, it doesn't. But you're passing judgment on somebody's body that you know nothing about. Now, on the flip side,
Look, we all have human bodies. Even if all of our bodies are a little different than one another, you don't need tools to burn calories, like I said. If you are consistently burning calories throughout the day, if you are burning more calories than what you're like gaining throughout the day, you will lose the weight. You feel me? Now, people I've seen in their weight loss journeys, most of them have like worked out with weights, then just like running and stuff and etc. And that's just a part of the process. But all of that is is burning calories, but also putting on muscle. Because you could lose weight without putting on muscle as well. You feel me?
Side, what if I turned around and I
But
did the
most of
same
those
thing to
people
you?
lose
You're
the weight
talking
and
about
add
how
muscle.
fit and stuff that you are, but you're over there and you're smallest compared to these other guys. So
the
how does
shaming,
that feel if
fantastic.
someone comes? No, because you said
I know,
shame,
but
right?
that's a little.
You said shame, right?
Yeah.
So how does that feel if someone comes up and they start shaming you for size? Like, come on, it goes both ways.
But this is about, it's fat shaming though. It's not body shaming. Like that's just looking at somebody's body and saying, oh, you're smaller or you're not really all that fit. Like that's different.
We're just in the first
So,
prompt. We got to be
here's the
careful
thing.
about targeting each other too directly. You
No, I mean,
definitely-
I'm not offended. It's fine. He's
No,
emotional.
it goes
and that's
in
fine.
every direction.
He's obviously
emotional.
very triggered.
Oh,
but
I'm
yeah,
not
so let's talk
triggered.
about, let's hit the first part, tools. What are the tools? The tools are simply knowledge, which you can get for free on the internet if you have the ability
Yeah, I
and the
mean,
discipline to go out there
that tool's free,
and
like
get the
you
knowledge.
said.
Then you're going to lose weight. It's just that simple.
I will-
it's just
I
that
will-
people want to always make excuses for why. Oh, my feelings. Oh, I don't know what, you don't know what.
But if you weren't in that experience, you can't talk like you have. I will say that. Like, if there have been certain barriers that you've never experienced, you can't act like there's just a simple fix to that. I will say that. Some people have gone through certain experiences. It doesn't sound like he has, at least emotionally. It doesn't sound like he has, because he hasn't mentioned he has once. You feel me? So, I don't know. We can't act like we do go through those certain situations and act like there's an easy fix. Even if there is, it just doesn't work like that.
People are going through blah, blah, blah. No, you can watch your calories. You can go to the gym. You have time to do it. People just like to make excuses.
I don't think anyone's debating that weight loss is impossible here. I think the question is, why do you hate fat people, that you feel the disgust towards it?
Well, like I said before, it's a culmination of a bunch of bad decisions. I'm not
No.
going to go ahead and give the same level of respect to someone who's a fat ass to someone that has worked really hard and diligently on their physique, because your body's outward manifestations
There's
of
more
your decisions,
factors to a
your
human
consistency.
being than their body.
Well, you could judge a lot just off of someone's physique. You'd be like, okay, well, this guy.
No. Look, you're not able to read somebody completely just based off of their physique. The only thing you could read is they're either not working out a lot or they just put on pounds. That's the only thing you could really judge. Like, you could look, someone big, right? You say, oh, they must not work hard. But you don't really know that. You don't really know that. And there are some people that don't work very hard on their body. But then there are some people that do, and you just don't know that because you're judging based off of what you're seeing. That's how it is.
Lazy. And that's personified
See,
through their
because he's
physique.
just
It's the truth.
assuming
Dave, I
anyone
thought
that's
you-
big is
I saw you
lazy.
wanted-
That's not
I mean,
true.
just to take it back to the prompt, I think we just kind of went all over the place there.
We're still focusing on the word disgust.
Just the word disgust. I mean, I would never look at someone and show disgust.
Right,
towards
he
them.
went way off
I mean,
topic.
I think I would respect, like you said. I mean, you don't respect everyone, like you said, but I think
Respect is earned.
I mean,
Oh my
it is
gosh.
earned, but I mean, I think at a humane level, we can
That's also another question. Is respect earned or given?
learn
another
to
one.
appreciate each other's differences.
Yeah, I don't know if like disgust would be the right word, right?
I know.
Greg mentioned some health implications with being overweight or obese.
Yeah.
I think being concerned might be a better.
That's the word I was going to
a
go
better
for.
word.
Like
but-
I can show concern for someone for the way that they are, but I would never look at someone and say like, you're disgusting.
But is it any
mean,
different
yeah.
than if you see somebody who's extremely anorexic, they're 50 pounds, you look at them and you're in shock? Oh my God, like something
don't look at
happens in your
people
body you
just
can't
decide
control.
to be
You can't
disgusted.
stop that.
There
Like
could be
how
a-
can
there
you
could be a
not?
shock
It's not, I don't
factor, but
hate them.
that's different
It's just
from-
wow, oh my God, it's like it's disgusting. Like holy goodness gracious.
But that's a choice, though. You're choosing to be disgusted. He's making it sound like it's just a natural. It's not a natural. Okay, it's another hard topic. I feel like when you are disgusted by something, I still feel like it's more of a choice. You know what? Just with the body in general. When it comes to how we look, I feel like that's a choice. Now, if it's just something gross in general, most of us can agree it's not even really a choice. It's just a natural reaction to something disgusting. But this is like human bodies we're talking about, like the way we look. I don't know.
That's
Why
a
would
shock
you
factor,
use
though.
the
That's
word
not-
disgusting,
that's not
right?
disgusting.
So you just mentioned the polar opposite of what we are, right? But why would you look at them and be disgusted versus concerned? That is a very specific word, and it has very specific connotations behind it. And when it's used, it's somewhat weaponized as well.
I don't think we can help how we feel. I don't think I can choose
he's
I
true.
just am not. It would be sitting here and lying. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm always going to be honest with people. I'm disgusted. This is just how I feel.
The thing is, when you see a fat person, the reason why it's disgusting and the reason why there's so much pushback on this whole body positivity and people make fun of Lizzo, rightfully so, by the way, is because it's unattractive, it's unhealthy.
But that is your opinion, gang. Like, I feel like we're not going enough off of opinions because not everybody feels this way. You feel
Until
me?
we had this woke era, they used to put like models and attractive people on the cover of magazines that were in shape. Why? So that people can aspire to look like that. And it's healthy and it looks better in general. You look good, feel good. But when
that's
you're
still
fat,
your opinion,
it says a lot
bro.
about you. People aren't gonna sit there and be like, let me see if he's a good person. No, they're just gonna assume that you're lazy, which you are, by the way, when you're fat, and you don't have discipline, which you are.
Again, you're just going off of looks, though. You're going off of how people look. There are some people that aren't lazy at all, but they just need to put more work into their body. But that doesn't make them lazy, though. That is...
By the way. So they're just gonna assume off of what they see. That's the world that we live in.
I love how you just you stated a shit ton of assumptions. You didn't state not one fact. You just stated assumptions.
I want to move on to the next prompt,
Okay,
but
him saying that's how the world works, a lot of people judge based off of looks. That is true. That is pretty true, that a lot of people just judge based off of what they're seeing.
we're definitely...
Can I say one thing? Just one question.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you knew he used to be 600 pounds, and how much you weigh now?
I'm 384.
And now he's 384. Do you see him as less disgusting knowing he's lost 220 pounds?
No, that's fantastic.
I
but
think, yes,
there's still
less.
work to be done. But here's the thing, like I said before,
Yeah, that's
unfortunately,
true.
human beings judge a book by its cover. It's just the
Right,
world that
I
we live
mean-
in. Fat people that identify as 97 genders, whatever. They expect us to change our worldview for them, and that's just not how the world works. Like it's been that way. It's always going to be that way.
View. That's
All right,
I think what I don't get.
It's just the world that we're in. Like people are gonna,
Yeah, it's different.
He is one of those where you're talking about one thing and he's talking about multiple things. He is one of those.
Yeah, my bad.
Now, let's reset.
He's one of those.
Jacked men are more attractive than fat men. Will the agreeers please step forward?
It's a preference thing. This is
How come there's
automatic.
4 guys over there? All right, so we're living in a bizarro world where people don't see the truth. Like, how is it possible that they're thinking, no, being obese and unhealthy is more attractive than being fit and healthy? How is
It's
this?
a preference thing, gang. Look, majority of the world can say they will be attractive. They will be more attracted to being fit. Okay, it said jacked men. Okay, majority of the world can say jacked men are more attractive than fat men. But not the entire world will think that. Some people will still go for the obese man in general. And this is just going off of looks. Not everybody goes off looks when it comes to attraction. But that's a different.
How is this possible?
There's different types of attraction.
Actually, you know what? This is precisely why a majority of women find a majority of men as unattractive. Because a lot of guys think this way. Oh, I just be a nice guy and girls are gonna like me. No, they're not. She's not gonna.
No, I mean, that works sometimes. Now, of course, this is physical attraction. If we're just talking about physically here, majority of the world will think more jacked men are attractive than obese men. But but not the entire world believes that, though.
Suck your
Or
dick with the same
thinks that
velocity
way.
when you're a fat as when you're in shape. She's just not. See, people don't understand that women are aroused by one thing and they're attracted by another thing. Women are attracted to, a guy that's confident, ambitious, makes money, etc. Of course, right? But they're aroused by guys that have asshole tendencies,
Okay, but
dark
this is
triad traits,
attracted, not
etc. And guys that
aroused.
are physically in shape. So if you want to get the best of your woman, where she respects and admires you, while simultaneously being aroused by you, so she doesn't cheat on you, you need to have it all.
You're saying that's true for all women?
A majority, a staggering majority.
majority,
Of women.
There
not
might be
all.
1% of the world that there's something wrong with them that might think that, yeah, you're
That's not a 1% of the world. Oh my
600 pounds
gosh.
is so hot. I
This
love
isn't
that. but-
1%.
The hot girls that you actually want, they exercise their hypergamy to the highest degree, and they want guys that are fit and have their money together, have their life together.
You're looking at me like you want to say something.
Yeah, because the question was, are jacked men more attractive? We all walked over. Are we more attracted to jacked men?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming they frame that because we're all guys here they mean women.
Well, men can be attracted to
If
men.
I had to
we're just
switch
saying.
teams, I'm going with the jack guy.
obviously this is going to be like personal biases, but I think attraction
Man,
is
he's funny.
very
He said,
fluid
you know what? If I switch teams, I definitely want the jacket. Oh
in
my
the sense
gosh.
that I can 100% admit, like there was probably 40 pounds of muscle ago is when most women would be like attracted to me. Of course, like fitness girls, they're totally okay with the size I am, but like probably most girls I'm like too much for. So I guess like where do we draw that line of like, I think for example, like you would be much more attractive to most women than me. Would you agree with that?
I mean, that doesn't mean that like if you walked up to a girl and let's say you're not her, like you're a little bit more muscular than she would like, if you have the charm and charisma, she gonna still go with you, man. It don't matter. Like,
I have an interesting point. And,
Okay.
and no,
I get what he's saying, but at the same time, it's still a build. Some women want a certain build. Some women, it's a little too much in terms of the build. You feel me?
no shade on you, but I think if you had Zach, right, you're on the end?
Yep.
If you put Zach and Greg and you put them next to each other and you did a poll, I think that most women would probably pick him if you had to like, because he's got the height and all that. What would you guys say to that?
No.
No? Well, we can put it to the
But
test.
let's
I'm just
not
saying
really
this.
fair.
No, okay.
I'm 48 years old. He's a lot younger than me. He's about a foot taller than me, but you can't compare. I'm an old man. I'm 48 years old.
obviously height is a big component. So that you know, so it's not apple, you're comparing apples to oranges, but if you take the same guy, same height, etc.
Okay,
But
yeah,
one
yeah,
guy
yeah,
is
yeah.
fat, one guy's in good shape, she's always gonna go with the guy that's in better shape.
Because I've been so surprised to see on Instagram, there'll be like guys doing like an outfit try on, like not in shape in the slightest bit. And all the comments are women like, I wish like men knew this is how we wish they looked. And like, oh, this is like the
Liars for
dream.
social
Liars.
media.
Man. Liars for
To look
the
good,
one thing
for
about you
clout.
can never believe what women say, man. You believe how they behave, not what they say.
That's a different episode.
That's all right. Figure it out in.
I mean, look, he is one of those. He will talk about one
I disagree
topic
mostly just with the
and
blanket
spread it
statement
like
because
wildfire.
attraction is so subjective. I am a big and tall model by trade. That's what I do. I model clothing brands. I've modeled with major fashion houses. I've been on the covers of magazines. You mentioned before dad bod comments and whatnot and on social media. I was flabbergasted when I started how many people were commenting and DMing me and talking about how attractive I was. That it just kind of, I don't know, showed me that attraction is a lot more subjective than I thought, and people have a much wider range of what they find attractive than specifically a body type.
Is being jacked the most important trait for being attractive? I'd argue for guys, it'd probably be otherwise, right? I think height would be a very
Money,
Yeah.
height, fame, like what can you bring to the table?
The number one thing is status, by far status.
People also go after what they think they can get. So if this guy is 6'5" and extremely attractive, and it's like, well, I can't get that guy. I'm attracted to the
I
10
can't
on
get
10
that guy.
supermodel, but I'm not going to get her. So I'll be happy with the 9.9 on 10.
Just to be clear, are we speaking about women being attracted to men?
It's not just about women. It's just about attraction. What is the
Okay, he has complicated the world. Not the world. I mean, he's complicated this question. I swear. He should have just kept it as women. But you know,
most attractive, in your opinion, physique
that would have been the easier
for a man?
question.
Okay, I'm speaking from like what women find attractive. So when I speak, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
anybody.
sexually fluid. So my law of attraction does not adhere to anyone's standards, pretty much. I'm attracted to people in general. So you could be jacked, you could be more plus size, you could be skinny, you could be whatever it is that you are. If I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you.
What are the traits you find most attractive?
I think the way that you carry yourself is a really big thing for me. I can't date someone who lacks confidence because I feel like that seeps into other aspects of your life.
Okay.
Do you mind if I jump in on the confidence thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So growing up, wasn't too confident in myself, and I gained that confidence when I started losing weight. And I noticed it was me putting myself in positions to get more opportunities with women. Right now, I'm single right now, but I'm doing okay. But the confidence came from me losing weight. So I do agree that it's a subjective kind of standpoint, but socially, I understand that physically fit men, that's just like what everyone's liking. It's like
I don't think it's as subjective as guys are trying to say. Attraction isn't a choice, and there are hardwired traits that women
did he just say
guys
it's
are
a
trying to
choice?
say. Attraction isn't a choice, and there are
Isn't or is? I don't know.
hardwired traits that women look for in men. And what I've come to realize is that what women put out there is what they find attractive or politically correct things. Oh, he has a dad bod. He's nice. He's a good guy. The reality is that women don't respond well and favorably to these men. There's a reason why nice guys finish last is a thing. It's because when you're too nice and you kind of bend to her will, etc. And girls aren't aroused by that. Girls don't want to say what they're really aroused by. Guys that are able to stand up to them, guys that are able to tell them, well, that was a stupid comment, or hold them accountable for their stupidity when they do dumb things. This is what women find attractive because these are leadership traits.
Have any of those things happened to you, though?
Well, I mean, I've talked to almost 3,000 women, and what I've come to realize from talking to all of them is that most of the time, you know, when they're in a comment section of TikTok, like, you're so handsome, blah, 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 will they actually go on a date and have sex with that guy? Probably not. But they say that because it's politically correct, and women tend to not want to be adversarial. They're going to say what sounds good, but what they're actually aroused by are two different things.
But they're married to those guys.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was
Most
getting to.
often they're married
I'm
to-
married.
And
to-
marriage is a failed institution in the West, and this is why most men get divorced by women. This is why they get destroyed in the divorce courts. This is why women overwhelmingly initiated the divorce rates in America. 80% are initiated by women, because we sit here and we lie and we believe what women say they're actually attracted to. No, they're not attracted
Let's
to a
go
lot of
back
things
to
they talk about.
attraction for a second, though, because I'm married.
Sure.
I have a child.
Cool.
I have a beautiful wife. I was this size the entire process through it.
Would you say that you're an average guy?
I would say that
You're
I'm
how
bigger
tall?
than average.
6'5",
Yeah, you're not an average guy.
and a model
You're not an
for,
average
for
guy.
being slightly overweight.
He said, "You're not very average,
I
buddy."
wasn't a model when I started
But
dating
you are a
my
very
wife.
good-looking,
I was
tall,
a
big
bartender
guy who's
fucking doing
on
whatever.
magazine covers. So
But I
out
know,
of
I
the
think-
million guys overweight, you're at
But
the
you're not
top.
an average guy.
But I
but
think
what
what
I'm
you're
saying-
missing is he just said that he wasn't any of those things.
He's not 5'6",
before
man.
he
Like,
met
He said, "Look at you, man. You're not 5'6", but tall. What is the average then? Because in terms of height, it seems he's a little below average. So, you know,
being 5'6" and doing
No,
it.
I totally agree with you. Well, that's what I was gonna actually agree with Myron for a second. Believe it or not, we were talking about. You mentioned status, and then a lot of people other mentioned confidence. So you even put in your own pecking order ahead of being jacked or being physically
status, for sure.
attractive. Wouldn't you say that matters more? Confidence, how you carry yourself, how you do it.
I mean,
the prompt was simply, is it either you're jacked or
And
are you
I'm not
What's
going to
more
argue
attractive?
the fact that our society definitely finds jack guys more attractive. But I disagreed with the statement because it was a blanket statement that I have found untrue in my own life.
Do you, all of you, feel like you'd be more or less attractive, let's say 50 pounds lighter than you are, and simply like just body fat?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I struggled with for a while is, in me losing weight, am I still going to be able to book the jobs that I book?
okay, but
because-
we're talking. I mean,
I've built an entire brand
I'ma let him speak.
off of my body. I mean, granted, like, cool as shit, like, you know, I did something that's all my own. Like, I worked on that. But then I was also just like, if I lose this, are you still gonna want me to, like, do this campaign for you? Are you still gonna want me?
He's
in your
referring to
magazine? Are you
jobs,
still gonna
though.
wanna
We're
dress
talking
me?
about
And
attraction.
then I had to, like, take a step back and say, like, well, what is it for me? Do I want to be skinny? No. Do I want to look like Greg? No. Do I want to look like Myron? No. But I know I want to look like me. I think
I'm gonna let him finish.
talking about the law of attraction, you focus so heavy about what women would find attractive and the perspective of the woman. And I feel like, are you even attracted to yourself? When you look in that mirror,
Okay.
when you put your clothes on, are you like, damn, like I did
Okay,
that?
I
Because
mean-
when I got up this morning and I threw on my outfit, I was just like, yeah, I ate that.
Well, if you're going to talk about being attractive, etc., typically people are speaking from a romantic sense, from a heterosexual standpoint of men and women. So that's why I answered the question, because it was very broad. That's what I mean. But of course, you need to be able to look at the mirror and respect the man that you see looking back at you. When you look back and you see the guy and you're in shape, etc., and you feel good about yourself, look good, feel good. A byproduct of that is that women just tend to find you more attractive. It all works together in tandem.
Are you
But we
happy with the
keep
way you
taking
look?
it back
Of course,
to women.
of course.
And
But I
I
had to
just-
work. I had to work to
Because
build
he's
this physique, and it took many.
straight. He's not gonna talk from a more broad standpoint than women because he's straight. Come
years.
on.
I was an athlete in college, was a Division I athlete. It took many years to be able to do this. So
What'd you play?
I'm able to. I rode in college. Crew.
Oh, sweet.
Rowing, yeah.
I like rowing.
So I think when fat people look at the mirror and they say, "Oh, I like that," that's coat, man. No, you don't. They say that to try to bring themselves up, but the reality is, most of the time when you're fat, you look in the mirror, you're like, "Damn, I really let myself go."
Not every
But you're like,
fat
you know what?
person-
It's not that much of a priority, so fuck it.
Abe didn't get to answer the question going around.
Yeah, I was in the same boat as you, just because I feel like I don't agree with the blanket statement. Personally, for myself as a gay man, I
Okay, so he's
find
gay.
myself attractive. I would say like I go for guys like you as well, and I feel like I get a lot of hits on those types of guys, and I'm pretty content with how I navigate my attraction, and I think it goes a lot to the status and their confidence. So, like we said, so.
All right, let's go to the next prompt. After 4 years, the Radical Empathy podcast is now back.
Okay, they tried baiting me.
The body positivity movement is problematic.
The body positivity movement is problematic. Just hold up, y'all. Hold up real quick. All right, y'all, I'm back. We go probably listen to a couple more of these, and then I have to cut it here and then make a part 2.
Will the agreeers step forward?
Oh, what was it?
Problematic.
Body
Will the
positivity
agreers
movement
step
is
forward?
problematic. The body positivity movement. I'm not sure, actually.
Well, I think where it becomes a problem is obviously you should be comfortable in your body, and if you
Right.
genuinely love how you look, great, but you can't ignore your health. Being someone who is overweight, I've been fortunate enough not to have any extreme complications other than like, knee pain and stuff like that. But I know people that, that are my size or bigger, and they have cholesterol problems, heart problems, diabetes. I have none of that. So the body positivity movement becomes a problem when you hide behind this shield of, oh, I should love my body, Great, but you have to be healthy too. You can't ignore your vitals.
You gotta be healthy.
Like check yourself on the inside.
Yeah, I think the big thing is you have to separate the health implication with you just being confident, right? Like I'm all for people to feel confident in their own skin. I think body positivity movement has been beneficial for plus size people in that regard, right? Because let's say there's a plus size person who's too embarrassed to go to the gym because they feel like they're gonna be judged, whatever it is. But it's because of body positivity, they're like, oh, hey, like I see other plus size people in the gym, maybe I'm gonna give it a try. And all of a sudden they start going, they're like, oh man, I like this, right? And they keep it going. You can argue that without body positivity, maybe that day would have never happened for that person, right? But I think the problematic part really comes down to people extrapolating body positivity, shaming a celebrity, like let's say Adele, for losing weight, right? That's where I would kind of draw the line there.
Well, promoting Lizzo. Making fun of Adele for losing weight, but promoting Lizzo for being a fat ass. Unacceptable.
I mean, but that's her choice, though. Like, she's actually choosing to stay that size just because she wants to be. So, yeah, they're going to promote that because that's the size she wants to be. Yeah.
Do we feel, are a lot of people doing that?
I think the thing around Lizzo is it's not just the weight, it's the lifestyle. You like see her drinking all the time and partying and not sleeping. There's like so little to do with health. It's not just she's promoting like loving yourself, which I think is great. She's promoting a lifestyle that is unhealthy, like being very overweight, drinking,
unhealthy
not
lifestyle.
sleeping. All of these things are not conducive to your health. So I think you conflate that. And sure, being body positive is important, like loving yourself, loving the way you look.
Right,
but
loving
if that's
yourself.
that's going to influence other people to make bad decisions about their body and their health, that's problematic.
Body positivity is disempowering people. It's making them think that they're healthy at any size, which they're not. And so as soon as you start telling people,
Okay, you don't have to be buff to be healthy, though. You don't have to be buff to be healthy. That part is not true. Now, Greg, I mean, he is healthy the way he is, being a bodybuilder. Bodybuilder in the gym all the time. That's great. You don't have to be that size or have to be having a whole bunch of guns on you to be healthy, Now, of course, like Greg said, you can't be healthy at any size. Like, you can't just assume you're healthy at any size. But you could be healthy without being completely jacked. You feel me?
hey, just love your body. Like Lizzo will literally rub her belly and said, you're giving me all this power as she's eating a burger and she's promoting being obese. By doing this, you're just ruining it for people who actually should think, wait a minute, I can lose weight. I can go to the gym. I can eat less. I can do this.
Personally, my problem with body positivity isn't necessarily what it stands for. And I feel like there's a misconception because there are those people that they use it to justify fatness and just, I don't even want to say fatness. I want to make it very clear, unhealthiness. Because there's someone like me who I wouldn't say I'm necessarily part of the body positive community anymore. Personally, I would say I champion body diversity because it's all encompassing, it's inclusive.
If you're healthy, then okay, I understand.
Of what everybody
If you're healthy, though.
is doing within their journey. When I expressed the desire to lose weight, another plus size individual that I used to be friends with was just like, well, I don't feel like I can share your content because I'm not sure how my followers are going to perceive this. I think it might be triggering for them and stuff like that.
Wow.
And my response to it was, well, if you're championing body positivity, then what I'm doing should not be a problem, because the entire time that I've been advocating for people that look like me or people who have been othered in any capacity in general is that all bodies are good bodies. What we do with our body is what matters. And so body diversity is important to me because for a guy like you or a guy like the two of you might suffer from body dysmorphia. And that's a very real thing. You might not see yourself for what you really are. And so you're seeking unhealthy habits to achieve a goal. To get where you want to go, like you just got to give it time. Be healthy in it, in all aspects, like mentally, physically. You've got to find the
I get
right
what he's
avenue
saying,
to do what it is
but-
that you need to do for yourself.
The body positivity movement is a huge psyop to keep us fatter and stupider. It's all a scam. The reality is that Big Pharma wants money, and they understand that when you're fat, you have more health problems. They understand that you're going to need insulin, you're going to need medication, etc. And they make a bunch of money on us being sick. There is no incentive to actually have you be healthy. So let's go ahead and make our people fat as hell, get them in the hospitals, get them on medication, continue to make money.
That gives the government lots of money. I understand
etc.
that for sure.
It's all a big psyop.
So you believe it's all intentional?
Yes.
I won't say it's a scam though. I won't go that far and say it's a scam. I think the body positivity movement helps people enjoy how they look. Now, if you don't enjoy how you look, then you don't enjoy how you look. But if you do, but it's like, oh my gosh, no one else does, that's where the body positivity comes in.
We promote mediocrity.
I feel like it's a subset. Yes, I'm sitting here because I do think that there is a part of it that is problematic. But I think that the problematic part of it is a subset of people that use it as a tool to weaponize whatever it
goes
is
both ways.
that they're doing.
But like what he
I think
said,
the whole movement is a problem. The body positivity movement in general is a problem. All of it.
So you shouldn't feel positive even about your own, like for you, is for instance,
Well,
right?
I
You're not
think
positive
if
about
you
your
haven't
body?
earned, here's the thing, being happy and content with yourself, it's not given, it's earned. You have to go out there, work, and then you're gonna feel that satisfaction, like, I earned that.
No, that's different. I mean, what he's saying is true, but people have different ways of enjoying themselves or being happy. He's enjoying his way, and like other people in terms of earning what they want and then being happy about it, not everyone is granted happiness through that way.
So at what point do you earn it though?
When you can look back in the mirror and actually genuinely, not coping, respect the man that you see before you. And the reality is people are gonna realize that you're gonna need to achieve a certain physique because you have all these fat people, I love my body. No, you don't. It's a lie, dude. You're just coping, you're lying to yourself. And that.
Not everyone's just coping though. Some people just prefer to be big. Now, for people that are skinnier or in shape, it's like, why really prefer that? That's why he assumes it's all a scam. No, you're just coping. You don't really want this body because they enjoy their bodies and they're not big, you know?
Now, all these people on Instagram and TikTok with the body positivity movement are lying to themselves. They're not happy where they want to be. They just accept that because they're too lazy to make a change.
No, but I genuinely do love my body.
Right now, as you are?
Yeah.
Then why are you going to the
And
gym?
I'll explain to you.
Then why are you going to the gym?
I will explain it to you. I love everything that my body is capable of doing. I love the fact that at my size, I can do a lot of things that other people smaller than me still cannot do.
But you want to lose weight though.
And yeah, right.
Which is good.
I want to lose weight because I love my body, but I have one body. Why would I not love it?
Yeah.
And because I love my
But you
body
understand
is
that your
why
body
I'm
now needs to be
looking to
changed.
make changes.
Yeah,
right.
make changes.
But to say that loving your body is BS, no, you make changes. You make healthy changes to yourself because you love yourself. All of that time that I'm putting in, the work, the money that I'm spending, that's a labor of love because I love myself enough to know that I want to make some changes to live a better lifestyle in the sense of I can just do a little bit more.
All right, let's bring in our disagreeers.
Yeah, that went on for a while.
So it's not a single problem.
Oh no, I'm not saying there's not a single problem. To me, body positivity is more about bodily autonomy. Like you were mentioning wanting to lose weight. My whole thing is like, yeah, it's your body, do whatever you want with it. I don't think I as a human being have a right to tell any of you what to
Right, yeah. People forgetting we do not have the right to, you know what I'm saying? We are not above one another, but people for sure act like we are above one another. Yes.
do with your bodies. Body positivity kind of comes in and go, okay, you as a
Now,
human.
I'm not saying people shouldn't tell each other what to do, like if it's gonna help, but we need to stop acting like we are above one another, though.
Human
That's what
being
we gotta stop
have
doing.
inherent value. Just in the fact that you are a conscious soul on this planet, you have an inherent value.
Right.
You are within a vessel of your body that you do have control over, but at the
Right.
same time, you're not less valuable to society or from the standpoint of the soul for what your body looks like.
When I'm speaking about body positivity, I'm talking about the over acceptance and encouragement
Right.
of being obese.
So I personally, again, I'm not super online, have not seen anybody pro-obesity ever.
Lizzo.
Oh, there's a bunch, dude.
She loves herself.
I don't
There's a
think
Avocado,
that it's
avocado.
pro-
No, there's a
They
big
are
difference.
actively promoting obesity.
She's not
You know what's so funny about Nikocado Avocado? I don't know if y'all know, but he made a video a few days ago, or like a week ago, like explaining how he didn't make a single actual video in real time. All those videos were past videos that he pre-recorded, and this whole time he was losing weight. And now he's skinny. You know?
telling anyone to get fat.
She's showing you exactly how to do it and saying, look at my body as I love and
saying
rub it. It's
she's
giving me
happy.
life. And she's like joking around. And
And
that's
also,
the
I
whole
want to
thing.
clarify. See, here's the thing. There's a bunch of fat influencers that push this body positivity situation, and a bunch of them are dead now. No one talks about that. That didn't hit mainstream news.
So I'm in that space.
Yeah.
Which influencers are you talking about? Because
I don't recall their names, but there's a couple of them that passed away. They're YouTubers. They used to do these mukbangs where they'd eat a bunch of food on
Hey,
camera.
Mukbang
that's
is a
totally
total- okay,
different.
but that's a
They're not
mukbang
a
is
part of our
different thing.
community. That's
Yeah.
a completely different thing. We're not saying we're gonna go to a restaurant and pig out just because it's entertaining or anything like that. There are people that they're called gainers, that their whole lifestyle, their fetish and things like that revolves around gaining weight.
Yeah, and I understand that you're saying that that's
don't-
not a component to the
it's
body
not-
positivity movement, but
it's
you
not
got to
a part
understand
of
for
it.
the general masses, they're watching that, they're going to attribute it to that. They're not in the niche, they're not a creator, so they're not looking at it like, no, this person's just a gluttonous person. No, they look at everyone who's obese that's making content about being obese and continuing that lifestyle as a part of the body
But they're-
positivity.
See, I'm gonna have to disagree. I'm gonna have to disagree and say they're a part of that. Now, if they look at it and they give themselves an excuse to continue to get bigger and bigger, sure, that's that's taking advantage of that. But I don't think everybody that is big is doing what they do to take advantage of the body positivity movement.
Not
They're just
making
doing what they
content
want.
about being obese. They're making
Like,
content.
why can't we just say, you know what, they're doing what they want, instead of just saying, yo, yeah, they're taking advantage of the body positivity movement, you know?
About overeating,
Yes, and they
which is
also
also
encourage
an
that.
eating disorder.
Yeah, and they also encourage being fat as well.
Do you think just being in a fat body and being in the public space encourages obesity, just flat out?
Yes.
So just
agree.
us existing.
I don't see a big person and encourage to be like a big person. Let's rewind really quickly.
Yeah, and they also encourage being fat as
Let's
well.
rewind
Do you
that.
think just being in a fat body and being in the public space encourages obesity, just flat out?
Yes.
No, maybe it's because I'm not already big that I don't see myself, you know what, yeah, I want to be that size. Or other people around him, you know what, he's big. I think I'm okay at being big too. Yeah, I disagree with that as well.
So just
agree.
us existing, we're saying,
Yes.
yay, everyone go gain weight?
It absolutely impacts other people to think, well, think of it. You're 6'6",
I've never
good looking,
looked
you're
at- I know,
modeling.
but I've
it's going to
never
encourage
looked
other
at-
people to, well, hey, look at him. He's got
So
lots
then
of...
what about when I
I've
go
never
to the
looked at
gym?
a-
When
I
I step
gotta
into the gym, or
disagree.
when Zach steps into the gym, or when any of us step into the gym, are we promoting being bigger like that too? Are we going there
Well,
and
maybe it's because you're in a gym space, it would look like you're trying to lose it, not gain it. You feel
is
me?
our presence there unwanted?
By being famous, rich, popular, and being obese, you're indirectly promoting it in the same way that people who take steroids
Why can't you just want to do what you want, though? Why is it got to be a promotion?
and are 350 pounds of muscle and winning the Mr. Olympia are indirectly promoting it even if they don't say they're taking it.
But I'm speaking more specifically in the gym, in that space where people should be coming together to work on their bodies
Right.
and stuff like that. If you saw us in the gym,
I would be happy and proud and excited, and my whole channel is about helping people who are overweight to lose weight and have realistic expectations. I would never say you have to look like this, you need abs. It's just, let's go halfway there. That's my entire...
Let's go halfway there. It was like what I was saying before. You don't have to be fully jacked and all that to be healthy. You feel me?
channel, of which I have over 2 million followers. It's all about realistic goals of helping people who are overweight to lose weight. That is what my channel is all about.
but we're in public, and you made the statement that if we step out in public, that it would encourage people to live an unhealthy lifestyle.
The more friends
and
you
be
have who are
obese.
overweight, the more likely you're going to be overweight. It just happens to happen. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. If 90% of the world were overweight, more people would be encouraged to be overweight.
Just on this side, I don't think any of us have ever looked at a person heavier than ourselves and gone, I want to be that.
Yeah,
That's a
no
great
one,
thing
no
to do.
one's done that. No one's done that. Now, if he's saying it's like naturally happening, it's still not by choice. Even if it's naturally happening, that is not by choice.
No, we have the
I
same
disagree.
internalized
And I'm not big at all,
biases
like-
as everybody else does. He was bringing up the gym before, and you said by existing just in a fat body, we are promoting it.
If it's
I model, and when I do model fitness wear, which I do often, I get so many comments about like, oh, you are promoting obesity. I'm wearing fitness wear. I'm in the gym. I'm doing the thing you want me to do, and I'm still promoting obesity?
If you're exercising and you're trying to lose weight, then you're promoting people who are overweight to try to lose weight. That's great. But if you're Lizzo and rubbing your
I'm
belly,
promoting, I mean, I don't know shit about Lizzo.
Specifically
You're so
about
obsessed with Lizzo.
influencers that promote gluttonous, lethargic lifestyles, which a bunch of them do. That's what we're talking about. If you're in the gym and you're fat and you're getting after and you're documenting that, that's fantastic.
so-
And I'm
so-
not-
The
That's
prompt was body positivity, and you're talking about influencers who promote gluttonous lifestyles.
Yes.
And that, again, is not body positivity.
right, he's saying they're in a whole nother league. They're doing what they want. Like,
That's why the general masses don't have that distinction, though.
I do think we have a good read, though, on how each individual sees the body positivity movement. All right, the next prompt is, I am satisfied with my sex life.
no, Patreon exclusive.
Agreeers, step forward.
Everyone stepped forward.
I have abused my body.
Okay, we're gonna save that for part 2. This was very interesting. My overall statement on it is, well, no. Well, no. Yes, like, being fat isn't a choice. Now, what led to you being fat were definitely choices, you know? Actually, scratch that. Last answer, it depends on you. Some people like being big. Believe it or not, some people do like being big. Some people aspire, you know what? I'm fine with the way I am. So if you're choosing to be fat, it depends on you. If you get big and your choices led to you being big, okay. Now, if you were fine, like if it was all natural and you're fine with it, then that was your choice. But some people don't choose to be big. They just made the wrong choices and got big, you know? But that's the end of the video, y'all. I'm gonna do a part 2, upload it later, and y'all will see that. But until then, I'll catch y'all later.
It's not in here. Y'all wasn't recording, were you? Oh, my bad.